Welcome to Chocolate Cake for the Soul, a space to return to your truth, awaken your energy, and leave with deeper clarity. I'm Dewi, and I'm here to hold gentle yet powerful conversation on healing, intuition, and the unseen energy that shape our lives. Whether you're building a soulful business, navigating your inner wounds, or simply learning to trust your intuition again, you're exactly where you need to be. So find your favorite cozy corner and take a bite of chocolate cake for the soul together.
Before Egypt, everything felt heavy. I was trying so hard to control outcomes, financials, business, people, everything. And the more I tried, the more things fell apart. It was in that chaos that I learned my first lesson: trust. When I stopped forcing, the universe began to open. The trip that seemed impossible suddenly became possible. Support arrived, miracles appeared, all because I stopped pushing and started trusting. When I let go of control, the universe filled the space I cleared. For years, I was building from my will, my third chakra, my power center. That energy worked for a while. It worked for survival, but not for joy. In Egypt, I felt a new current awaken, creation from my fourth, the heart. When I began to create from love instead of effort, everything aligned: team, timing, opportunities. It was no longer about striving, it was about flowing. When the heart leads, every other chakras find harmony. Egypt reflected my fears back to me: fear of men, of power, of losing control. And every time I faced one, I realized safety isn't created through control, it is found in trust. True power isn't loud, it doesn't need to dominate. True power is calm, radiant, steady, like the sun rising over the Nile. There, I met women who owned their femininity effortlessly. They were radiant, sensual, powerful. Through them, I realized I could be both strong and soft, that my beauty wasn't a weakness, it was a prayer in motion. At the Grand Egyptian Museum, childhood memories surfaced of not belonging, of being the strange one, the outsider. But through connection with others, I learned something new. Belonging doesn't come from being chosen by others, it comes from choosing myself first. When I love myself, I am never an outsider. The universe becomes my home. All my life, I've been the one who gives, who holds space, who manages everything. But in Egypt, I learned how to receive. At the pyramids, when others offered help, I allowed it. And that small act cracked open something huge. I saw that abundance doesn't come from giving more, it comes from being open to receive love in all its form. When I open my heart, abundance flows without resistance. In the Temple of Horus, I received one of my most sacred visions. He showed me that I have this dam inside my heart and it was holding back waters. And he said softly, "It is safe to open it. The flood will not destroy you, it will free you." And in that moment, I allowed my heart to open wider than ever before. I felt the flow of love for myself, for others, and for life. And that's when I realized the key to abundance was never outside of me. It was the love I had withheld from myself. And it is safe to love myself. It is safe to receive even my own love. And later, the goddess segment um, reminded me that to be whole, I must love all sides of myself: the light and the dark, the good and the bad. By embracing every part of me, I stop leaking energy through shame, and wholeness became my new wealth. When I stop dividing myself, I become complete. For so long, my spirit pushed my body beyond its limit through burnout, exhaustion, effort. And in Egypt, I learned through dance, movements, and tears. I learned to listen again. And my body needed to communicate with my spirit to allow trust. And my body told me, I will follow you, Spirit, if you promise not to leave me behind. And that promise changed everything. My body became my ally, not my burden. And now we walk together, one breath, one being. When the body still feels safe, my soul can expand. Coming home, I felt something new anchor within me. I was no longer the operator, I was the creator. No longer forcing outcomes, I was leading with love. And from that space, I began resetting everything: my business, my life, my relationships, not from fear of failing, but from faith in flow. It's like when the heart leads, everything aligns: the body, the mind, spirit, and destiny. And then came the final truth, the one that ties them all together. Abundance isn't something you chase, it's something that grows inside you from self love and trust. When you love yourself, you stop settling. When you trust yourself, you stop doubting. And when both unite love and trust, you become magnetic. You no longer need to prove your worth, you simply remember it. Self love opens the gate of abundance, trust keeps it flowing. I am my own source, whole, worthy, and infinitely supported. Egypt didn't give me power, it reminded me of it. It showed me that the temple I've been searching for has always been inside my heart. When I open that temple, when I love myself, trust life, and lead from the heart, everything I desire flows to me naturally. Love is a seed, trust is the soil, and abundance is the garden that grows from both. Thank you for walking with me through this journey. May these lessons awaken your own remembrance that you too are divine. You too are the source. Until next time, keep your heart open and let love lead the way.
Thank you for sharing this sacred pause with me today. If something in this episode stirred your heart or softened your edges, I'd love for you to subscribe, like, and share with someone you love, and leave a kind review. It helps this soul space reach those who need it most. Until next time, may you trust your inner voice, nourish your spirit, and treat yourself to something sweet.